Now that's how you make an entrance. And the epically charming man behind the helmet is sculptor Hiro Tashima. But maybe we should let him do the introductions.
Hello, this is Hiro Tashima. I work with clay.
But this isn't really the clay we'll be talking about today. This is.
Since I was a child, I was always making, little things. And then my parents gave me, instead of giving me the toy, he said, "Hey, Hiro, why don't you make something out of this?" So he gave me the milk packs and the scissors and tapes, and we just started making stuff.
For Hiro, his passion for art and for tearing up the dirt have found an interesting crossover.
When I was 16, I was starting to ride motorcycle. I kind of fight serious with the dirt, clay. And then dirt bike racing, also you have to, do the timing right, and then you push yourself and then break bones. And then I approach the art in the same way. Working method is, make sure you push the limit, don't give up, and then kind of keep practicing and trying hard, and then you can get to the next level. So that was my approach to the art also. When I was in Japan, I was ceramic major, so I could take only ceramics as a studio course. And then when I was in Baltimore, I got accepted to come to the United States as an exchange student in '91. So I was in Maryland Institute College of Art in Baltimore. I thought America is all cowboy country, open landscape and everything. But in Baltimore, nobody's driving trucks or, wearing cowboy boots. Just like Japan, regular clothes and then small cars and then tall buildings and stuff. Many of the Japanese ceramics were influenced by the European ceramic art too. And so my professors and other people were very influenced at the time in 60s and 70s American ceramics. But they only get the looks of the pieces, but didn't get the meanings, why he or she did this. And then after I studied in Baltimore, I started to realize more about American art and about the meanings and so forth. It was so interesting to me. I could only speak broken English at the time, but when they had a show, I exhibited my sculpture with the all-student show, and then they gave me like Best of the Show award. I was like, wow, what's going on? I cannot even speak English, but maybe my piece is speaking something.
Yeah, so this is pescatore for the Italian pasta here with the little seafood here, and then this is Chinese dumpling, yamcha series, so drinking tea with the dumpling here.
When I had a show back in 1995, after I graduated from school in Alfred, I had a show in Soho in Manhattan. And then one day, this guy came in with his friend, and then my friend says, "Oh, he looks like David Bowie." No, he's not David Bowie. He's British. Why he's here? I didn't know. But a little bit later, gallery director introduced me to him, and he said, "Hi, I'm David." I was like, wow. We were talking in the gallery for more than half hour. And he himself paints too, so he was a really interesting guy. And then a year later, he called me up in my studio in Philadelphia and said, "Are you interested in putting your work in my website?" And it's like, wow, that's great, because still it was back in '96, so people barely started to have a personal computer at home. But he said, "Hiro, why don't you make the piece cheap as possible, and then something you can repeatedly making this piece." And then so we said quite a bit, so that was fun memories. My grandfather was a firefighter in Hiroshima during the World War II, and the day before atomic bomb was dropped, he got a telegram from his grandmother that she was saying very ill. So he got permission to go see her in the countryside. And then the same night he was trying to come back, but she hid his bicycle, so he missed the last train to go back into town. And next morning, August 6 in 1945, 8:50 in the morning, when he's trying to go to work, he saw the mushroom crowd from distance from the train station, and then see all the fires everywhere in the city. Last year was 75th anniversary since the memorial from Hiroshima bombing, so I wanted to make a larger piece of this guy. The first American movie I saw was King Kong 76, and so I wanted to make it like their poster. It has a B-29 airplane with the atomic bomb. For this piece, I had the Beatles cassette tape and the Beatles songs, because I learned this CD of 2 songs from the Beatles Get Back song. And then I was listening to the cassette tape when I was younger, learning English and so forth, listening to these songs. This banana part I started to use as a kind of image of myself as a Japanese American. So I'm yellow outside, but I speak English to live every day. So white inside kind of thing, and then yellow outside. This was the first version. I made a smaller piece, and then this became accepted for the Arizona Biennial Show in Tucson, Arizona. And the piece I made in Shigaraki, the big ones, are accepted for the show this year in Mino International Ceramic Festival.
While Hiro's pieces continue to be displayed in shows around the world, his real drive lies in teaching, which brought him here to Tucson, Arizona, as lead of the ceramics department at Pima Community College West.
With this pandemic, we have to really, start thinking differently, very much. So when the school shut down, then the oldest school in the nation, people started to teach just online. How do we do it? Maybe some student can work at home from their own tables and such. But some people didn't have a computer to be able to communicate, or some people don't have a Wi-Fi at home, and there are so many things we couldn't control. So some of the students needed to drop out because they couldn't continue. They don't have the equipment or the space, or so many reasons. Fourth semester, what the school came up with was doing hybrid style. So some parts of the day they can come to school, and then maybe rest of another 3 sessions they work at home, and then different class come in at different time. Or we try to have a distance, social distancing in the college itself too, so we don't have too many people in one time and so forth.
Hiro sees his talent for sculpting as a tool for inspiration, not only for his aspiring students, but also for the public as a whole, working closely with the community to produce a number of larger-than-life pieces throughout Pima County.
So the public art is very interesting for me because if it's a gallery, we only see by the few people, and some people are going to the museum, but some people don't. But the public art, people who ever live in the area, or people going to the work too and can see. And so there are many more opportunity to be seen, and that's kind of interesting too. Public art is, we don't make what we want to make. We make with the people around us, and then what they want to see, and then we'll make this your dream come true, and that's our job, and that's what I like about it. Yes.
Hiro hopes to connect cultures through his work, ensure that no matter where you come from or what language you speak, art can bring us all together, even just for a laugh.
Things I want people to get from my work was I try to put some humor in my work, so I'm trying to make laugh or smile. And because we have all tough things in the life, and I grew up in Osaka, so Osaka is a town of comedians, and always people making jokes and make people laugh. And if you smile, you feel good about everything. So that kind of give it to other people too. So I want to kind of spread the happiness.